3 reasons why you have nightmares. The true function of sleep. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, with your heart pounding uncontrollably, experiencing an overwhelming, suffocating feeling of terror? Have you just had a nightmare? Falling into an abyss, a catastrophe, death, or being chased by a monster? The first thought that comes to mind is, what on earth was that about? I probably ate a little too much before going to bed, or perhaps watched a horror film. Psychology and dream books will offer you some kind of mystical interpretation, or say that the brain was simply offloading information in a chaotic way. But let's take off the rose-tinted glasses. Sigmund Freud proved that nighttime nightmares are not just a random system glitch, nor merely mistakes made by a tired brain. Every frightening dream you have serves a crucial, truly fundamental biological function. Freud called sleep the faithful guardian of nighttime peace. The psyche quite deliberately shows you frightening scenarios in order to protect your nervous system from genuine madness while you are awake. Today we will take a close look at 3 hidden reasons why you have nightmares, and we will understand what kind of secret rescue operation your subconscious carries out while you are asleep. Reason 1. Releasing a truly critical volume of repressed emotions, a psychological pressure release valve. In real life, you may be an exemplary, consistently calm and even-tempered person. You don't make a scene, you quietly put up with your boss's constant nitpicking, you respond calmly to family crises, and you suppress your anger in order to keep yourself firmly on the right path. You think you're coping with stress quite successfully, but your unconscious is like a tightly sealed boiler. Each time you stifle resentment, rage, envy, and fear deep within yourself, the pressure inside the boiler steadily increases. Freud discovered that the first and primary function of a nightmare is the safe and controlled release of this excess mental pressure. While you are awake, your conscious mind very strictly controls these darker emotions, but at night, the sensor itself falls asleep, so that the mental energy accumulated during the day does not end up destroying your brain from within and does not lead to psychosis. The subconscious then initiates a nightmare. The intense terror you experience during your sleep allows your body to physically process adrenaline and more deeply pent-up emotions. A nightmare is a mental pressure release valve. Your psyche screams in your sleep so that you don't go mad in real life. Reason 2. Disguising a forbidden desire. Punishment from your internal prosecutor. This is Freud's most cynical and most paradoxical theory. He claimed that at the very heart of every single dream lies the fulfillment of some deeply hidden desire. You'll ask, how can a nightmare where I'm being cut up or I lose someone close to me be my desire? That's nonsense. But remember the structure of the psyche according to Freud. Inside you, the animal, the id, and a harsh inner judge, the superego, are locked in conflict. Your id carries dark, selfish, socially shameful desires. For example, a subconscious streak of cruelty towards someone, a forbidden urge, or perhaps a deep simmering thirst for revenge. If your subconscious mind tries to show this desire directly in a dream, your moral superego will be completely horrified and you will wake up instantly. Therefore, the unconscious mind resorts to a rather clever trick. It disguises the desire as a nightmare, one in which you suffer badly. Or your superego stages a kind of show trial and execution in your dream, a nightmare-like punishment for your own hidden shameful thoughts. You suffer in your sleep in order to satisfy your inner executioner and continue sleeping. Reason 3. Psychological preparation for an actual threat. The mechanism of a full dress rehearsal. You often have nightmares in which you miss your flight, fail a truly important exam, lose all your money, find yourself utterly helpless in the face of danger, or simply can't get away from someone who is chasing you. You wake up with an overwhelming feeling of total helplessness and absolute exhaustion. Freud demonstrated that such nightmares are the mind's own internal withdrawal from the pleasure principle towards the reality principle. If a serious crisis is brewing in your life that you are consciously ignoring, for example, you realize that your business is collapsing, your health has deteriorated, or your relationship has reached a dead end, the subconscious switches into a kind of rehearsal mode. It forcibly plunges you into the absolute worst-case scenario of how events could possibly unfold, right there in your sleep. Your psyche makes your mind repeatedly relive your greatest fear over and over again in the virtual reality of the dream, in order to gradually accustom your brain to this pain and prepare it for the real blow of fate. A nightmare seeks to make you stronger by confronting you with exactly what you try to run away from during the day. In conclusion, I can say that nightmares are neither a curse nor an illness. They are a harsh yet absolutely necessary hygiene of your psyche. This is a clear sign that your unconscious is desperately struggling to protect your mental health while your mind lies there asleep, completely helpless. Stop being so frightened of your nightmares and stop reading those stupid dream books. Start analyzing them with cold cynicism. Ask yourself that question: What repressed anger, deeply shameful desire, or very real fear from everyday life is my psyche trying to protect me from tonight? Once you truly understand the real function of your nightmares, you will stop being a helpless victim of your nighttime fears. Take control of the world and yourself. Thank you for watching until the end. Speak soon.